Let's take a look at some of the Willcox Gibbs chain stitcher attachments in this video. I just got these yesterday. I bought another treadle Willcox Gibbs machine chain stitcher. I just got it yesterday, and it came with all these attachments, and I hadn't had any attachments for Willcox Gibbs yet, so I was pretty happy to get this. And what I want to do is show you these attachments, and I want to show you how to use them. And I looked around on the internet to see if anyone had any tutorials on how to use these, and I didn't see one, so that means we need one. So I will try and make one for you, and we'll play with these attachments. Now let me go over and show you some of the things I got with this, which would typically, I assume, come with your Willcox Gibbs when you bought it brand new back in 1880 or whenever. And this is basically the little needle changer wrench, and that use it up there. I'll show you how to change a needle using this little wrench. And then they had some hammers. These are 3 different ones. One of them here, this is considered the narrow hammer. This one is the wide hammer, even though it looks like the same size as the other. They have a different technique for using it. It's got a little different shape. And this one here, which is kind of bigger, is actually for some heavier fabrics. They call it their linen and flannel hammer. And it'll also do wools and other heavier fabrics. And these hammers go up on this plate, on the cloth of the sewing plate here, and they're held on underneath by this little nut, and that came with it. And one other little surprise of this group that I got was this little piece right here, which is what they call their gatherer, for gathering. And this little piece goes on the end of the presser foot, and you set up your threading a special way to do gathering with this little bitty guy. Now this looks like something that would be lost pretty easy, so may not be in a lot of things. We'll try using that and show you how to use that. And these I've seen quite a bit, and I never had one till now, but this is the guide. This is the fabric edge guide, which with this little screw here, this little thumb screw, will attach to the sewing bed again, and is adjustable, so you can set your seam width like that with that. That's neat to have. And this here is the quilting guide. If you're doing some straight stitch type quilting, you can use this to space your quilting distances. Makes nice square or diamond shaped quilting, and it actually goes on the machine itself. There's a hole in the back of this machine, and it goes in here, and you adjust it and tighten it down again with this thumb screw on the back. That's kind of neat. Got that one. And some of the other attachments I got their new Rustler. It's kind of cute. We'll play with this one and see how to use it. And I've seen some different ones. This one has something about it that's kind of cute. Let me pull it out here. I'll have fun showing you how to use this thing. It's got this cute little flower-shaped adjuster for your depth of your ruffle. And I've seen others that just have a little thumb screw. They're not quite so cute as that one. So we'll play with this one. And so it came in its original box, but also came with the instructions down the bottom. That's a little paper, the instructions. So we'll get that out and look at it. And then, I guess my last attachment here is the tuck marker. And Willcox Gibbs knows what to call it. They call it a tuck marker instead of a tucker. And I've shown in some of my previous video how to use an older Singer tuck marker that was kind of a spring shape. This one is also a spring kind of a thing, very similar to the one I did in my other video. So hopefully we'll get this demonstrated. It has a lot of different similarities. It has this spring, this big wire, and it also has this little sliding hook piece that will probably go around the needle as it does with the Singer I demonstrated. And tuck marker. Now this one came with, I still haven't figured out why they have two of these, and I'll try and figure it out before I demonstrate it, but it came with a second plate. You've got this one plate here with a lot of adjustment distance on it, and you can just take it off with this little thumb screw here and replace it with this one. And basically they would go this way. And what I haven't figured out yet is why there are two different kinds, and I'll try and figure that out. And they both came in here. And in here was also the instructions on how to use this. So we'll dig into those, and I'll try and show you how to use some of these attachments. The other thing that was original that came with this was this little pamphlet. It doesn't tell you a whole lot, and it's kind of oriented towards the electric machines, and this one is definitely a treadle. It's a newer treadle. It's newer than my other two Willcox and Gibbs chainers. Well, actually three I have, 3 heads. This is a newer one. I haven't figured out the date on it yet. But this came with it too, which would have been original. There's very minimal in instruction. So we'll play with these. It's a hot summer day in July in eastern Washington. We're over 100 degrees, so what better to do than play with attachments on a new sewing machine.